I'm Adam Holmes. I'm a junior. I've been involved in CRU since I was a sophomore, and I'm a Bible study leader for guys in McGregor, Clay, Sullivan, and Burnham. Why I went to Gatlinburg was growing up from a super small town. I didn't get that much involvement with um, other cultures and people from pretty much outside of my hometown. And I heard that there was going to be a lot of international students and people, not just from one place, but people from all over that were going to be there and that I was going to be dealing with. The international students were going to be there for the summer working and like touristy type jobs that were in Gatlinburg during the summer. And I just thought it would be really neat to work alongside with them and get to know them. There's people from all over that I became really good friends with. We need missionaries in Gatlinburg because there's a lot of international students there that work a lot of jobs and they're not really they don't really have a way to get out and make friends that live in America. They'll usually work one job, maybe two. Some people even work three. But the only people they get to know is the people they came with there from their own respective countries and maybe people in their hotels or something. And other than that, they didn't really have that much of a chance to get out and meet people and just make friends. It would be super, I can't imagine, it would be super lonely coming to a country that I've never been in and having just nobody there give me the time of day. So missionaries going to Gatlinburg will be able to meet with these international students and actually befriend them and show them like, hey, there's American people that know you're here and we know like this maybe isn't the easiest thing for you, so like we'll be here for you, and showing them that like we're good people and we but the reason we are good people is because of Jesus, and just sharing that with them and telling them more about that. It's a really practical approach to sharing the gospel. It's not so much like handing somebody just a pamphlet and saying, convert now or something. It's a really practical approach, and you really befriend people and build them up and show them what it's like to live a Christ-centered life and not just, handing them something and telling them to do it. A typical day on mission in Gatlinburg, you wake up and there's different jobs. There's people go to work in restaurants. The over Gatlinburg, there's plenty of different jobs you can do, but you have to go to a job and you get to work alongside with international students and become close with them through work. That was really neat for me to get to work with people from all these different places, like the Dominican Republic and Jamaica. Just knowing people from there was awesome. And after working with them, depending on the day, we usually ate dinner together. Some nights we didn't. But after that, we would go do outreaches. A lot of the international students would stay at hotels or just like lodging places around Gatlinburg, and we would go to them and just hand out cards to them and talk to them and get to know them and try to get them out and become friends with them, just hang out with them and build relationships with them. My most spiritual moment in Gatlinburg was something that is super important to me and really just neat. I worked in a restaurant and I was a food runner, and there wasn't so many international students where I worked. There were more older people and people. A lot of people spoke Spanish there, and I can't speak Spanish that well, so it was kind of hard to build relationships with them. And throughout the summer, I was just getting really frustrated at that. I was still becoming friends with people and hanging out with them, but it just wasn't going the way I wanted. And I remember just praying that like maybe somebody could notice like hey, that mission guy's a really hard worker or something, and communicating through action, not so much as words. And my last day there, I was just super just beat up and tired and just felt down, and I was sweeping the floor by myself, and a server came up, and food runners and servers didn't interact that much. I didn't even know the guy's name, and he came up and put his arm around me and he said, "What's your name, man?" And I said, "Adam." And he just put his head down and started praying for me. And that was, I can't describe how that felt to me, because the guy didn't even know my name, but he said like he had seen me working, and he said he'd seen me working with people that maybe I didn't get along with the best, and maybe they didn't like me the best, but he said him seeing me work that hard, he told me that that made him grow closer to God, and he prayed for me for 15 minutes, and he said that like he actually like went in church, and that was something he hadn't done in a while, and was like talking to his wife about it and stuff, and just knowing that like I made a difference without some spectacular like presenting the gospel to somebody and like turning their life around, that I just made a difference being there and just applying myself every day was, I I can't like put words to it how much that meant to me. And just seeing how genuine the prayer he had for me was, and just how much he really wanted me to succeed, was something that really showed that like my summer there wasn't wasted and that I'd done some good. The transition back to campus for me was weird. Going from this community where there's a group of 35 or 40 people that all cared for each other and everybody wanted each other to succeed and everybody focused on the same goal, growing closer to God and just sharing the gospel with people. Going from that community back to campus here it was a big jump and it was weird, but I felt more equipped to handle it, and I, I felt like I knew more practical ways to share the gospel with people, and maybe, not have this big spectacular, like, converting 5 people at a lunch table or something, but like practically becoming somebody's friend and then kind of working that in there and building that up. Because this summer in Gatlinburg, I really had to like actually become friends with people, step out of my comfort zone and talk to somebody that maybe wasn't that good at English, a lot of different things and just stuff I really wasn't used to, but just stepping out and showing them that, like, I'm nice and I'll talk to you, and building a friendship with them, and then, showing them how important God is to me and how much he's done in my life, and just communicating that through actual practical ways. Because before this summer, I thought it had to be that you go to somebody with a pamphlet or just like a verse or something and it's one and done. You just don't even have to know the person. Just, here's this, take it, okay, and that's it. But learning that it's more than that, and you have to build into people and help them grow closer to God and grow with them, was what helped me transition back the most, I think. My name's Adam Holmes, and this is CRU.